Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday, the 28th of September 2021. And earlier today we produced our gold and silver morning update, where we highlighted that gold and silver prices have moved down again, and that we could not see anything on the immediate horizon to suggest a change in direction. And in fact, at the time of producing this video, they've fallen even further. And we've placed the link to this video below. Now, with that in mind, we thought we would issue a warning to you, and especially to those new to the gold and silver space, to beware of pumpers and clickbaiters who may either deliberately or accidentally persuade you to overinvest, very often at the wrong time. So let's take a look. I want you to imagine that you are new to the gold and silver market space. Or perhaps you dabbled years ago and have left and decided to take a look as to where it is today. And particularly silver, because if you live in the United States, silver is deemed as a currency by many stackers. And some states, to be fair. And it's silver we want to focus on because that is the main gist of this channel. But also is where the most outrageous claims are made. For many years now, there have been pundits claiming that we are going to have $100 silver, $500 silver, $1,000 silver. And we thought, well, let's just take a look. Because since this channel has been going for now 6 years, we've heard these same comments about this year it's going to the moon. This year it's going to the moon. And we thought, let's have a look as we're now leaving 2021, or at least in the final quarter of it. Are we getting the same? And you can see by these headlines, Rick Rule, silver will hit $100 sooner than people think. Will silver hit $100 an ounce? Will you see $100 silver in your lifetime? My silver dealer gives his prediction. Ed Steer, new shorts will be rocket fuel for silver price. This was published just 5 hours ago. Friend Alison McLeod, we're about to see massive rally in silver. Alistair, we were supposed to see $3,000 or $5,000 gold just a month or two ago, according to you. Will silver hit $100 an ounce? Silver price to hit high ranges. Now this is, in our view, pumper-in-chief, Keith Neumeyer. That's our opinion of him. The CEO of First Majestic. Silver. Silver price to hit high ranges of triple digits. Not enough on the planet to meet demand. Really, Mr. Neumeyer, not enough on the planet to meet demand. We'll come back to that one. Don't forget that. 2021 silver price, $100 or more per ounce. Silver will hit $100 if this happens. Must watch. Yes, silver hit $1,000 if there's an economic collapse. But mind you might buy a loaf of bread for $100. $100 silver, when and why we will see it. David Morgan, the so-called silver guru, who's got so many of his predictions wrong. Silver price movement coming a day ago. Be ready. Demand for physical silver skyrockets. Now, Rick Rule is no dummy. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more. Maybe $1 billion. But he runs a silver company. Silver to hit $100 in the next 5 years. Gary Christensen, deviantinvestor.com. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible. Not this year, though. A warning, get ready. Silver will hit $100 if this happens. Silver is hitting $100. Must watch. Now, can you get this feeling that we're on the verge of hitting silver? Well, we could show you videos from 2020, I won't bore you with them, where they said exactly the same. for 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011. And what has silver actually done? Well, let's look at a 25-year chart. Over 25 years, silver has had a low of $4.07 an ounce and a high of $48.70 an ounce. When was that $48.70 hit? 2011, 28th of April, 10 years ago, after the worst economic collapse the country arguably has seen. That was almost 2.5 years after that financial collapse. So over this period of 25 years, silver has risen by $17.38 an ounce to its current $22.30. And let's just look over those years. 1997, it meandered around the $4 and $5 mark, all the way up to 2000. That's 3 years. Then to 2003, similarly. It was then only in 2003 we saw a run-up to 2008 from that average of $5 to $20. Then it fell back down to about 9. Then we saw this huge run up to 2011. And this is where we pick up, and this is when we started personally to look deeper into gold and silver. And we've always been gold and silver bugs ourselves, but we really started to look at what the usual suspects were saying, the Peter Schiffs, the David Morgans, and a host of others producing videos saying this is going to the moon. And there are many others. Let's not just limit ourselves to them. And of course what happened? It fell, and they said, oh, well, it's fallen, but it's just getting ready for that rise. And then it fell. Well, it may have fallen, but don't worry, it's about to shoot up. And then it fell. And, oh my gosh, miners cannot produce silver at this price. It's got to go up. And then it fell. And only really since 2015 have we seen any form of, I hate to use the word resurgence, but we've seen ups and downs where silver sort of meandered between sort of that $13, $14 level, really up until 2020. And then, of course, we saw its recent high, 7th of August, 28.33, where we were looking potentially towards $30 silver, admittedly. But we didn't get there. Where's this $100 that everyone is claiming? Actually, on if I go to the most updated chart, we can then see 1st of Feb 21, $29.58. Recovered, fell back, recovered, fell back. Where's this $100 silver, everyone? That's been called on for years and years and years. Now, remember Keith Neumeyer? There's not enough silver on the planet to meet demand, really. Well, let's take a look at the Silver Institute. The Silver Institute is made up of most of the major silver suppliers in the world. If anything, it's a body that's more likely to be bullish silver than not. Let's have a look at the supply of silver. Its forecast for 2021 is 848 million ounces. If you add recycling, if you add net hedging supply and net official sector sales, total silver supply 1,056 million ounces. If we look at their forecast demand, 1,033 million. So we're going to have a surplus of 23 million. Where is the shortage, Mr. Neumeyer? You call on a shortage in 2020. No, we had an 80 million surplus. In 2019, a 23 million. Then 26, 65, 67, 4.2, 44. 3. Where is this massive, massive deficit of silver? It's not there. Why? Because there is tons of silver in the ground. The issue, of course, is the price. The issue is, can you extract silver at that price to make it profitable for miners to do so? Whenever we've encountered shortages, because I can hear people shouting, I want to buy silver and I can't get it from my dealer. No, you can't. Temporarily. It's not because there is no silver there, but we've got transport issues. We've had a COVID virus, which has knocked businesses for six and prevented people from working. And, of course, you have to bear in mind, too, that very often mines will close temporarily certain seams if they're unprofitable until they become profitable again, which is one of the reasons, frankly, when you go to dealers, you pay such high premiums. One, because there may be some supply shortages due to transport issues, but also because dealers will have to purchase X amount of silver because very few of them do it just in time, and then they see the prices fall and they can't afford to take the hit. So what do? They increase their premiums. So you and me, the retail buyer, get stung. Now in the United Kingdom and in Europe we get stung even more because we've got VAT to pay on top of it as well. So if you're new to gold and silver, don't listen to those pumpers. Yes, we can see $1,000 silver. Yeah. But at that time the dollar will have collapsed. Your price of bread will be a couple $100 to buy, in which case all that silver's going to do is its value. Nothing wrong with that. That's why we have a certain percentage of our portfolio in gold and silver. We believe over time it's a good hedge. But please, oh please, oh please, when people start telling you 1 ounce of silver will buy you a house, ignore them. When people tell you silver's going to $600 anytime soon, ignore them. And if you don't, then quite frankly, you will be like those poor suckers who were tempted into silver on the 28th of April 2011 at $48 and have still, after 10 years, not seen their money back. And those buying on that trend down, equally so. And if anyone shouts, the market's manipulated, the manipulation is not, for silver at least, by central government, because central banks do not own silver. They're not interested in silver. The market is too small. Yes, you will get manipulations by traders. You will get manipulations by trading banks who are trying to make a buck or two, or million, or billion in some cases. But frankly, even if you believe the market is manipulated, even if you believe that is the case, and let's suppose for a moment it is, the government has no intentions of silver ever rising. Well, they let it rise then. They let it rise to nearly $30 earlier this year. But why would you buy it at these levels then, if you believe that silver's manipulated and will be held down permanently, or almost permanently? Why buy it? Just be careful who you listen to. We at Illuminati Silver have been given pretty accurate forecasts year on year, without feeling the need to pump, and without clickbait headlines. The unfortunate thing with YouTube, and we understand it and it's difficult to condemn it, people make money on YouTube. They do it by creating clickbait headlines. And even sometimes the content of the video does not repeat what the headline says. Just be careful. Do not be conned. Do not be over-influenced by clickbaiters and deceivers who have a vested interest in you purchasing their gold and silver. Are we saying don't buy it? No, we're not. No, we're not. We own a fair amount ourselves. But what we are saying is be cautious. It's an unregulated market. In financial services, we remember the days, because we're old enough, pre-Financial Service Act days in the United Kingdom, where it was the Wild West. Regulation came in which prevented people saying things like, this portfolio rose by 150% last year. It'll rise by that this year. And if you project it forward for the next 5 years, you'll make an absolute fortune. They were curtailed to giving percentage rises of somewhere between 3 and 5%, as I recall, in order not to create over-expectation. And what happened? The charlatans left the financial services industry because they couldn't make the fortunes that they used to make. And some moved into gold and silver because you can say what the hell you like and no one will do anything about it. Thank you for listening. Give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down. You may not like the message, but it's the truth, because we tell you the truth about silver. Please subscribe, press the bell sign. Till next time. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.